All right, Shalom. This is the brother Dunya Allah coming back again with another lesson. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And Shalom to the hopeful elect brothers and sisters that believe in this word and that fear in the Heavenly Father and His Son. And Salakia. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect brothers and sisters that believe in this word and fear in the Heavenly Father and His Son. Salakia. If I said that again. But, this is, I was watching, a little bit of, the, video from, out of, the Bishop Menatazak. All right. And, basically this whole arch of Trump, right? Which Esau Edom would build these different arcs to be a memorial for them triumphing over nations, and really, more importantly, triumphing over Israel. All right. So Trump is building this arch in the as a memorial of how he or cleaning up crime in the streets. So let's type that in. Arch of Trump. America. All right, so this is from the New York Times. Trump seeks to build a triumphal arc in Washington for nation's 250th birthday. Ooh, this is hey. So, as the apostles brought out, and other brothers brought out, all right, that these major kingdoms that ruled before, they all only lasted for about 250 years. Okay? Right? So this devil has been loosed a little season. His time to be taken out of power is fastly approaching. We about there. It says the arch will stand in the middle of a traffic roundabout at the end of Arlington Memorial Bridge across the Lincoln Memorial, right? If President Trump gets his wish, a new triumphal arc will rise on a Washington roundabout across from the Lincoln Memorial to celebrate America's 250th anniversary next year. In the news reports I was watching, it was talking about him cleaning up crime and different things of that nature. Mr. Trump showed models of the proposed arch at the White House fundraising dinner on Wednesday for another of his pet projects, a new White House ballroom. He brought out models of an arch structure with two eagles and a golden winged angel on top, somewhat resembling the Arch of Triumph in Paris. Mr. Trump said that the angel was Lady Liberty. Right? It says the ark would stand on Memorial Circle at the end of Arlington Memorial Bridge on Virginia side of Potomac River. On the Virginia side of the Potomac River, Salakia. Sometimes I say Potomac. It says, which is within the bounds of Washington, D.C. Every time somebody rides over the beautiful bridge right to Lincoln Memorial. It's so beautiful. They literally say something is supposed to be there. Something is supposed to be there, right? Mr. Trump said at a dinner, which was attended by corporate executives and donors for the ballroom. So, in the elders video, he said this arch of Trump is starting to sound like the Arch of Titus. Now, let's look up the Arch of Titus real quick. Now, as the apostles have been, speculating, all right, through the Spirit, that, hey, Trump is Nero Caesar coming back, all right, who blamed, now they say Christians, which will be the followers of Hamashiach, who blamed the Christians for burning down Rome. But, I'll read some of that too, whether he burned it down, all right, or there was a fire that broke out, which Rome wasn't equipped to deal with disasters, right, under Nero's leadership. He still took that disaster and he pinned it on us. He pinned it on our people as an excuse to apprehend Jake. So we got the same things going on right now as we speak. So let me get Art of Titus. I'm trying to see what's on it. The Arch of Titus put victory of Titus together with Father Vespasian over the Jewish rebellion in Judea. Right? It was construction in 81 AD by Emperor Domitian shortly after the death of the older brother Titus to commemorate Titus' official deification. And that's what they did. Or it says consecratio, which means to make sacred, right? And the victory of Titus together with his father Vespasian over the Jewish rebellion in Judea, right? And that's what this devil, your boy DJ Trumpy Trump is doing with his different ICE raids, his immigration policies, all right, even the crackdown on crime in these major cities using the military. His target has been what? Jake, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, so-called black man too, busting down doors, apprehending people, even offing people, man, deleting them. Okay, so a triumphal arc, like I said, the news report that I watched, the video I watched earlier, mentioned his accomplishments in cleaning up crime around America in the different cities, but they've basically waging war on crime, which is waging war against Jake, because Jake is the face of crime now. They're the face of tourism. You know what I mean by tourism, right? The face of tourism, all right, the face of degeneracy, okay, whom the person whom they need to blame for what's wrong with America and our society, right? And more importantly, those who fear the Lord. Okay. I wanted to see architectural influence. Right, so the ark was erected, but what's on it is what I really want, is the images on it. So like it tells you what the inscription says, basically on how Titus and Vespasian, his father, they were deified. That's why I said to the deified Titus and Vespasian. Right? I really want the image from there. Salakia. If I'm not mistaken. There we go. There we go. So on the inside of this arch, you can't see it that good, but you can see they triumphed over us and they carried out the goodly, precious things, all right, out of the temple. The golden lampstands and different things of that nature, right? Now, what they couldn't have taken is the Ark of the Covenant, because the Lord hid that away in the time of Jeremiah, okay, which was before this captivity, right? But triumphing over Jake. So all the different things that he's doing is saying more so that he is this Nero Caesar. Now, I looked it up. There was something called the Arch of Nero, which came and it was erected in 62 to 68 AD. Right? It says Nero's triumphal ark, Sestertius. All right, Risi. Now his ark was torn down. Okay, but the only proof really that you have here of it is on this coin. He put his arch on the coin, and then his face on the coin. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Come on now. Come on. Tell me that don't look like your boy DJ Trumpy Trump. Oh, yo! They got his face on the coin. Hey, it look just like him. That look like your boy DJ Trumpy Trump, Nero. I just zoomed in on this thing, man. Look at that. Wow. Wow. He might have had the the toupee in this one too. Back way back when. Had the toupee on that one too. There's an arch right there. So he made an arch. Okay. Now, let me see here. It says the coin comes from the reign of Emperor Nero. Nero was to be the last of the Julio-Claudian emperors. I believe it's Nero Julius Claudius. His full name should be in there, right? But holding the position from AD 54, when he was 17, to AD 68. Nero's reign is probably the best known for the Great Fire of Rome in AD 64 and his personal vices of indulgence and extravagance included his love of performing. Nero's biographers generally divided his reign into two parts: of him as a young emperor, indulgent of himself and not particularly concerned with the empire administration, and the post 5 AD. Nero was young when Claudius died, meaning he had no military experience when he came to the position of the emperor. That sounds like Trump too. It says this held him at a disadvantage due to the Roman Empire being built on the back of its military and emperors relying on the respect of the armies to hold power. However, Nero was a popular emperor. Through other means, Salakia, he was grandson of a well-loved Roman commander named Germanicus. Was generous to the populace and armies once he became emperor, and avoided any huge missteps in his youth through having experienced agents act for him in the political sphere. His mother and the senator Seneca and Burrus. Right. So he's most known for what? The Great Fire of Rome. Okay, we go here to the Great Fire of Rome. It says according to Tacitus, and later Christian tradition, Emperor Nero blamed the devastation on the Christian community in the city, so the burning down of Rome. Okay, a fire started in merchant shops around Rome's Chariot Stadium, Circa Maximus. After 6 days, the fire was brought under control, but before the damage could be assessed, the fire reignited and burned for another 3 days. So he could have reignited that, right? In the aftermath of the fire, nearly 3/4 of Rome, 3/4 of Rome. Think about that. That's 75%. Okay, had been destroyed. Wow. 10 out of 14 districts. Wow. According to Tacitus and later Christian traditions, Emperor Nero blamed the devastation on Christian community in the city, on the Christian community in the city. So those who were following the Lord, okay, were the Israelites, initiating the emperor's first persecution against Christians, which were followers of Hamashiach. So we see the same type of behavior going on now. Okay? Right? And this is this devil's MO. This is what he's going to do. This is what he's about to do. We see the setup through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It's Psalms 50 and verse 18. All right, when you go in the verse, you can start at verse 16 and read that, because he's speaking to the wicked, which, all right, the borders of wickedness is Esau, Edom. It says, Psalms 50 and 19, thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Right? So out of deceit and treachery, this devil says that the Christians burned it down when they didn't. Okay? Slander. They're saying, we have to get rid of their criminals and this and that and the immigrants and blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, all the other immigrants that came over here, Russians and Ukrainians and blah, 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 they didn't do nothing to them. And a lot of those Ukrainians are what? Small hatters. That's why they send them so much money. Billions of dollars. It says, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thy own mother's son. All right. Who was Esau's mama? Okay, it was Rebecca. Okay, Rebecca was Esau's mama. And who was also her son? Jacob. So really, he's slandering his own brother. Right, it speaks against thy brother. You're lying on him. All right, just so you can get him hemmed up, just so you can put him in a trap. And that's what we see here. A trap is being set. And the 2/3 are going to fall into it. All right? The 2/3 are going to fall into it. All right? Some of the 1/3, the elect, are going to be martyrs, but they're going to have a great resurrection. All right, but the others, Psalm 91, the Lord is going to deliver them out of the snare of the fowler. Okay, a snare is being set up, a trap. A sword is being sharpened. As you can see. This devil, look, these devils haven't even rolled out the big guns yet, man. This is the beginning. They haven't even rolled out their high-tech technology to apprehend and to destroy Jake. The Lord ain't even allowed him to pull out all the stops, man. He hasn't done that yet. Right? So it's going to get that much worse. If you think it's bad now, it's going to get that much worse. Okay? So, right, let me read this too. Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9. The thing that hath been is that which shall be. Now, when you go into the word thing, the Apostle Gabar brought it out too. A thing means a spirit or a creature, a creation, right? Your spirit is a thing. That's why the word resurrection means thing rise. The spirit rising. All right, the Lord created your spirit. You know, it says the thing that have been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. There is no new thing under the sun. Hey, there's nothing new under the sun. The same spirits thousands of years ago are back today. The same spirits that ruled over the Roman Empire are back today doing the same thing because they're the same spirits. Okay? Case in point, DJ Trump. Okay? So, even though this devil is he's going to build these different monuments and put these different things up, guess what? Build these different buildings, build up his infrastructure, build up his smart cities, which I believe they already started doing something like, Cleveland. Build up your smart cities, right? At the end of the day, what's going to happen? Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to throw it down. It's going to thrust it down. So, let me grab this. Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and return and build the desolate places. All right. So their kingdom, they've rebuilt it. During the time, starting the time of the Renaissance, they rebuilt their kingdom. America's the new Basra. All right. The new Basra. It says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build. He's going to build this Arch of Titus. Going to build all these different infrastructures. All right, new buildings here and there. Over here in Pittsburgh, there's so much buildings being built and developments. It's ridiculous. Right? It says, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. Meaning these people are the wicked. All right? That the scriptures refer to. And the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. So the Lord eternally has indignation for Esau, Edom. All right? Which is righteous anger. So if the Lord hates Esau, shouldn't we hate him too? The answer is yes. Kun. It says, but the point is, they shall build and I will throw down. So go ahead, hey, build that ark. Build up all these different things. Build all these different things in your kingdom up to try and get to your NWO. The Lord's going to throw it all down. He's going to destroy it anyway with thermonuclear destruction. Oh, and heat from the chariots. So, Lord, will you edify with this video? Quick one. I'm going to say Shalom and Abba Ball. Shalom.